a chance to kind of break down your game. How did you feel like you played in that first game back, especially the second half when you guys were able to get things rolling?
Yeah, I think for me, overall, I feel like it was a good day. Being able to get the ball out quick, things like that on the perimeter. Obviously, the pick is something that I want back. In that situation, just got to take care of the football, get to the check down whenever I can. But being able to take care of the football is going to be a big thing for our team, winning games. So, that starts with me.
What'd you see on that play?
For me, basically, we had an option route outside, and then Zico had like a dig route inside, and thought the option route was going to do something. He did something else, and then so immediately I felt Zico flash, and in reality, in that situation, just get to the check down and move on to the next play.
Steve?
Arizona State returns a lot of defenders from last year. In your review of them so far this year, I mean, is there any carryover from last year, and what do you feel like maybe you learned about them so far?
Yeah, I think they're carrying over 10 starters from last year, so very experienced on that side of the ball. A lot of good playmakers, guys that have played a lot of football, so very experienced. But for us, like I said, after the game was like, we just got to do our job. Respect our opponent. Obviously, they had a really good year last year in the season that they had. So just being able to respect them, being able to go in the game and execute the right way is going to be big for us.
Sam?
You played in that game against Arizona State. What do you just remember about that game that you can maybe carry over to this week?
Yeah, I think obviously, like I said, I mean, they got a lot of experience, a lot of guys that have played a lot of football, so respecting that. Defensive line is really good. The interior of the defensive line is going to be really good. And then, like I said, secondary's talented too. So just the whole defense, we got to be on our A game Saturday for sure.
Paul?
You look back at the penalties on offense and some of the pre-snap stuff. Was, in your opinion, some of that communication or just first game mistakes?
Yeah, I think, for us, it's just first game mistakes, maybe jitters or things like that. But, we can't have those penalties. Obviously, they stalled the drives out for us. And, we showed that whenever we don't have those penalties, we're able to move the ball down the field pretty fastly. And so, like I said, we got to eliminate those and be able to execute in the right way. And I feel like if we eliminate penalties, that's going to be a big key for us.
Colin?
Kind of building off that question, on the sideline when you're having those conversations in between a 3-and-out or, when a penalty calls something back, you have to start for a field goal. What's the focus between you and your play caller, your head coach, of, just moving on from that and trying to build something extra?
I think for the guys, letting them know it's next play mentality. No matter what's happened previously, playing the next play independent of the last is huge for us, and not thinking about, what's going wrong or what's going right or anything. It doesn't matter moving forward. You got to go execute each play independent of the last. So, that's the stress of the guys. Whoever makes a mistake, obviously it's 11 of us that are going to make mistakes all year. But being able to move on and be better the next play.
James?
Talk about the excitement that you guys have looking forward to the home field you guys are going to have Saturday night hosting a top team.
Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting. Obviously, it's a blackout game. We need everybody to be there. It's going to be a fun one for us for sure. Hosting a really good football team. So, I mean, this is something, as a kid that you dream about playing in one day. So, for us, just being able to, accept it and go with it and enjoy it. It's going to be a special game, a fun game, first game at home. It's a night game. So, I mean, I can't wait. This is something that you live for.
Danny?
Kind of following up on that, of course, everybody's looking forward to the home opener, especially you, since you didn't get to finish out the season. And what's it going to be like for you to run out on the field the first time?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, anytime you get to step on the field and play football, it's a special moment. So, for me, I'm just going to take the moment in, enjoy it, and have fun with it.
Carl?
Blake, they haven't asked you yet, but it was your first football game since week 4 of last year. How are you feeling physically after the game? Because you took some brutal hits there.
Yeah, honestly, that's the best I felt after any game I played in. I feel like I took less hits. I was able to get down, and whenever it was time to get down, I did. So I didn't take any unnecessary hits. Obviously, I took a few that I couldn't control. But other than that, I mean, I walked away from the game feeling pretty good.
Steve?
What was it like being able to root for your defense for a change after going through a camp where things were so competitive?
Yeah, it was awesome. Obviously, they played really well. But, I mean, it's always good just to go out and play somebody else, and then seeing them do what they did all camp. with Brilo with the turnover and then the sacks, things like that, like making plays all over the field. Like, it was fun just because we saw it against us all camp, and now we got to finally see it against somebody else.
And Kelly Jones is kind of getting some pub after the ball game. You've thrown against him all year. I mean, what have you seen from him that's maybe enabled him to be a starter?
Yeah, I remember when I first got here, Kelly was definitely one of the guys that just stood out to me just because of his length, how athletic he was. You never want to like target a guy like Kelly just because of how tall he is, his length and things like that. So, but watching him and kind of seeing him grow from last year to this year and the things that he's picked up and learned has been pretty cool to watch. And so, the ceiling is very high for Kelly.
Paul.
Obviously, being a redshirt freshman is can be tough in this league, but what'd you think about Jimothy at left tackle and how he performed in that first game?
Yeah, I thought he did well. Obviously, there were some mistakes and things like that, but I think he did a good job of overcoming the mistakes, being able to move on to the next play. And, that's going to happen with a guy that hasn't played a lot of football. There's going to be mistakes, pre-snap penalties, things like that, but obviously that's something that we got to clean up, and he knows that. But I thought he did very well just for being a really young guy going out there and playing left tackle and being able to do his assignment every play. I thought he did a good job.
Landon.
How did it feel to be back out there? Like, was it one of those things you had a little bit of jitters and kind of ready for the first hit to be over with?
Yeah, no, it was exciting. I mean, I hadn't ran out in a long time and played, so for me, it was just exciting. It's a blessing to be out there. I mean, I give all the praise to God for just giving me the ability to be healthy and be able to go out there and play again.
Hey, Dad.
You talked about in the off season, having to work your mentality where, hey, if I need to get down, I'll get down. If I need to duck out of bounds, I'll duck out of bounds. As you're going out there and the whistle's blowing and you're playing, were you able to do that mentally? Were you able to have those moments like, need to get down here?
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I didn't think I could get to that point, honestly, because it's just hard to think about in the middle of a game. But I had those moments where I would feel people around me where I was like, I gotta get down and take less of a hit. Obviously, I took some hits going down, but those hits are a lot less whenever you are just going to go down instead of staying upright. So, I think from all the film that I watched and just being able to like put that in my head, like you got to get down in these certain situations, I think it helped a lot.
Robbie.
You've been talking up this wide receiver group all summer, best group that you played with, all that stuff, most talented. What was your takeaway from how they played on Saturday?
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. There's things that we got to clean up just in the option game and being on the same page and things like that. But, overall with lining up in the right spot, going to the right place, whether it's perimeter blocking or whether it's catching footballs, I felt like they executed really good. I'm excited to see what they do. I mean, it was fun throwing to them. I feel like every time I dropped back, somebody was going to be open no matter what. So that's a good feeling always.
Anything else for Blake?